My husband suggested I try dating a younger man because he found me utterly boring in bed. He started staying out all night, even flaunting his mistress in public. I gave up completely and actually followed his advice. I found myself a younger lover, but when I started playing around more than he did and brought my lover home, my husband finally snapped. I caught Charles cheating. 2 years of marriage, and I had never seen him lose control in public, until that night, in a dirty alley, he clung to a girl like she was oxygen. She wrapped herself around him, sobbing as if he'd broken her heart already. Half an hour earlier, someone had sent me the address. At first I thought it was a joke. Charles Sinclair, of all people, perfect suit, perfect reputation, perfect taste, rolling around in filth. If he ever cheated, I thought it'd be in a 5-star suite, not against a mossy wall. I sat in my car, watching. This was the man who once told me, on our wedding day, he'd never love me, that his heart belonged to someone else, and like a fool, I married him anyway. I gave up my career, cooked for him, cared for him like he was fragile porcelain, and here he was, tangled in the dirt. I didn't confront him, I didn't scream, it wasn't worth it, I just drove home, humiliation burning in my chest. Charles came home not long after, jacket over his arm, face handsome as ever, arrogance stitched into his expression, a smear of lip gloss stained his collar, cheap and pink, definitely not mine. When did you get back? He asked. This afternoon. I was out playing golf. I looked at him, then I guess you scored plenty of holes, congrats. He frowned, stepped close, wrapped an arm around my waist. Don't be upset. I told you when we married, I didn't love you. If you're unhappy, go find someone else to mess around with. My chest tightened like barbed wire, but I forced out, fine. He chuckled, kissed my cheek. Sure, I didn't mean it. In his mind, my love was permanent. Later, I checked my assets on my tablet. He leaned over my shoulder, careless, thinking about divorce. Have you thought about the cost? The cost was obvious. I'd get nothing. I'd given up work for him. Lived as a housewife, and he knew it. That night, as he held me like a trophy he didn't value, I shut my eyes. He whispered cruel truths as if they were casual advice. Flowers wither if they're not watered. If you're lonely, find another man to spoil you. I felt the color drain from my face. For the first time, I thought of stabbing him, just to feel something break. But wasting my life in prison for Charles Sinclair wasn't worth it. The next morning, I headed out. He came downstairs in a dark suit, sharp and imposing. Where are you going? To check on my old studio. 60 grand a month isn't enough? His tone was flat. I want to work again. He smirked. Suit yourself. He thought the world would crush me. At breakfast, he noticed I hadn't cooked. The maid told him I'd left it to them now. He stayed quiet, probably thinking I was throwing a tantrum. On the way to the studio, I passed a giant perfume ad. Sinclair Group's latest ambassador, Sophie Sutton, the same girl from last night. My hands tightened on the wheel. At the studio, I found the top floor turned into a boxing room. Inside, a young man was pounding a heavy bag, sweat dripping down his jaw. He was tall, lean, muscles moving like poetry. When I called out, he stopped, only to have the bag swing back and smack him in the face. I rushed in. You okay? He pressed his lips together, silent, eyes lowered. He was handsome, not in Charles's cold, untouchable way, but raw and magnetic. Just as he moved to leave, my old partner Megan walked in, her eyes lit up. Yolanda, finally, you disappeared for 2 years. She shoved the